This week on the Div 12 Ressies Game Day Vlogs.
My right calf is fucking shot.
I think these guys are quite large too, and we don't even really have a ruckman.
Just gotta hang in there, we're gonna get throttled, and yeah, it is what it is.
Welcome back to the Wattle Park Vlogs season 2025. We have round 2 action against Trinity. If you're new to the vlogs and you don't want to miss out on any episodes, subscribe to the channel down below. And if you want to catch all the action across the weekend, follow the Div 12 Ressies Instagram page. So this week, the Marmalade boys went to gather round. I think we had 5 or 6 players out. Checkers, Shrey, Sedge, Dan Thorson, Will Taylor, and a few others weren't available for this week.
I took training. I didn't take training, I took a drill.
So let's time this run. Take 10 steps back. Time that run for when Drews gets that ball. Let's go one more. Killer. Yeah, barrel. Good, boys. Good, Darth. Good. Love you, boys. Watch this. He's about to fucking lace him. Straight bullet. Low and hard. Down. Nice. You Miller, you're on! It's Darth! Go. The smell of football.
There was talk all week that our game would be played at midday at Trinity in 30-degree heat, so I contacted Checkers and asked if we could just wear short sleeve.
I know a lot of the boys traded in their long sleeves for short sleeves this week due to the heat.
Just asked if myself and Baz and Cook could run around in short sleeves, and he said no.
And while I was sweaty, I'm never going to take my long sleeve off. I feel like it's part of the brand.
And I get too close.
Here we see a wild Bailey
Don't get too close.
in his natural habitat. He's sick, he's late, he's sick and he's late.
It's going to be Bailey McCabe flu game. and it is ironic because Michael Jordan, if you remember his iconic flu game, he wears number 23. Oh wow. What number does Bailey McCabe wear? 23. So, pray for me.
I'm praying.
I'm going to go, I might have to go one out full forward for a quarter or two. Yeah.
Some cheapies out the back.
Kick some snacks for you, Nanny Allen.
I just went to get my runners from my car because I like to warm up in runners. One of their blokes rocked up and was getting out the car, and I sort of get my runners out the boot and I said, "G'day mate, how are you?" He just stared right through me, almost as if there was a language barrier. So I'm not sure if he's like an international student, but it was like, "Hey mate, how are you?" And he just went, "Oh my God, they're gonna come and kill me." I might be up on the whiteboard.
Did you fucking make me ill?
I have a really good immune system, so unlikely.
I disagree. I don't know if that's the truth.
It's unlikely. Well, I haven't been sick.
Well, but I was the only person that I may have touched. I don't even know if
It was intimate as well. You know, you got to take accountability for your own immune system.
I'm going after this good for me. Jeez, really nice that we've got Vinny Briganti today. Really nice that we got Vinny Briganti today. I think these guys are quite large too, and we don't even really have a ruckman.
Have you seen how tall I am?
No.
Okay, that pen was disrespectful as fuck. oh wow. They are some tall, big, private school.
Vinny, you're a pretty good player. What can I do? It's like my second game of footy this week.
Okay.
What can I do to like not be bad?
Do you know what? Any position you play, forward, back, mid, ruck, whatever. If you are not clean below your knees, you could be the best overhead mark, but if you are not clean below your knees, you are a terrible footballer.
It's a wrap, yep.
Just be clean below the knees, trap the ball with 2 hands, even if it goes behind you, which it shouldn't. Try and keep it in front. If the ball's coming to you, just fucking tap it in front so you give yourself another chance. If it goes behind you, you've lost your chance.
Alright, to set the scene, so we have half a side in because all of our blokes have gone to gather round. No Dan Thorson, Checkers, Shrey, Will Taylor, Sedgy. So we got plenty out this week. Vinny Briganti's in for his first game of the year. We love Vinny. And yeah, it looks like we're up against another quality opponent. Wesley were very good last week, the Collegians. So we're up against Trinity this week. Any sort of private school team, they're very strong. So we're a bit light on for personnel, but we'll rock up, we'll have a dip. It is 29 degrees and all I have is a long sleeve. So I'm gonna be a sweaty pig in a blanket halfway through the first quarter. Gonna leave some sun protection on the hairy shoulders. Is it rubbed in yet? I was chatting to him throughout the week and he's that keen. He's like, oh, he's gonna play? Do you want to play? You reckon he wants to play? Oh, he's got an oyster in his pocket. It's 30 degrees and Cook's going a long sleeve. Just because I need to get... And then a long sleeve under the long sleeve. I just need to get Do you need someone in your melon?
No.
So what's the thought process behind that?
Sweat equals engagement.
Man, good to go. Got nice and warm. Just need to attack the ball today. Be less of a pussy. But second game of footy ever, so let's get into it. Let's go.
The boys went and did a warm up, and I was like, we don't play for 35 minutes. So I just chilled. And now we're doing the warm up, and some of them are a bit cooked already. They've gone early, but
don't move.
it's all individual processes. I like to peak right as we start, because if I fire up too early, I get like really fatigued and a bit nervous. So,
Do you think that the gas tanks are going to get tested today, Caden?
yeah, I think so, because I just hit away at full forward last week while my team got dismantled. And I don't want that guilt again of being like, fuck, I was so passive and we got rolled. So I want to get in and amongst it, maybe the midfield, maybe the back line if we get throttled, to be honest.
Stop and round, boys.
Have a look at the construction. Have a look at what our government's doing.
The crane's gonna knock it.
I know they say, what is it, stagnant stretching is not the one, but they should ask my fucking hamstrings that. I need to stretch these big boys out.
We're just going to try and be a bit structured. They're big guys, so we want to make sure that we're really on top of our kicking today. All right, when we do need a run, we're really good at it. We've seen it last week for those that played and were there. They're obviously going to be a good team. I think they got up by about 80 points last week, so, you know, they're going to be a bit of a challenge today, but I reckon you boys are going to stick it in faithful and we're going to give it a red hot crack. So, Bailey, I know you're a bit under the weather, mate, but I know you're going to pull it through for the boys today. So Big Tammy Fern, Kados, Dap, and then obviously Cooko. Cooko, I want you moving up and down that field. You boys, there's the space there, the ground's wide, the turf is absolutely fucking elite, so I should expect some big things from you guys today.
Kick a couple of goals, a few big sallies, your mates on the ground, pick them up. Let's just try and play for 4 quarters today. All right, let's
Quarter one, we got into the action and Cookson wanted to respond from his round one performance. He was a little bit disappointed with his output, so from centre half forward he sprinted in and had 3 disposals in 24 seconds of gameplay.
Jeez, Cookson just looks like he's in the Minecraft movie. Looks like he's getting down in the mines like Jack Black. He's on his hands and knees looking for the coal ores. He's just banging the door down. Inspiring Cooks.
We started really well in this game. We kicked the first goal in the first couple of minutes as well. The ball got kicked into Joshy Miller, who got a free kick. He went back from a pretty tough angle and floated one through. And despite all the odds pre-game, the Wattle Park Animals are in front. The rest of the first quarter was trying times. Trinity really built into the contest. Just a really well-oiled machine. They played some high-level footy before, and they were just all on the same page.
I don't want to stuff up the storyline for the rest of this vlog. It was game over by maybe 10 minutes into the first. We spoke last week about me and Tails doing a head check, just a head count to see if the other team actually had 18 on the field. I did it again. And they had 18 on the field. They didn't have any more on the field, but it just felt like they had fucking 30 guys on the field.
It was funny looking across the park. They all looked like footballers. Like some of our boys, you know, I've got the ham hips, you know, we're running around with all sorts of BMIs, but the Trinity lads were fit and firing, all on the same page. Towards the end of this first quarter, they really started to put it on the scoreboard.
My right calf is fucking shot. We're doing the best with what we've got. Our midfield has been inspirational. We're all having a dip. Some of the boys that don't play regularly, laying big tackles, getting involved. Cook's first 30 seconds was unbelievable. Very inspiring. So just got to hang in there. We're going to get throttled, and yeah, it is what it is.
If we see someone free back, we got to yell it out. We got to fucking get on them, because that's how half of their goals are happening. Similar to last week, if you remember, they were just getting easy marks, 35 out. Yeah. We got to follow them back and just clog up that hole, clog up that middle of the back 50.
Straight off the bat, out of the clearance, Cooko, you absolute fucking machine. Come straight in, got the ball. That was all you, mate. Great start. All right. Obviously, there's a few things that we can work on. First and foremost, if you get the ball and someone is coming to tackle you, don't fucking drop it. All right. Everyone else is doing really well. I know you guys are pooped. It's an absolute scorcher today, but nonetheless, you guys have proven me wrong again.
In the second quarter, it started to get a little bit depressing. Kept looking up at that scoreboard, and I was looking at that bowling animation that just kept coming up every time they kicked a goal. I don't know who made that in the graphics department at Trinity, but it was burning into my brain.
Graphic. Dan, the cameraman, is panning to the fucking scoreboard every time. Dan, you don't need to do it, man. We know they've kicked it.
Got close to 100 points at half time. We knew the game was over. All our mates aren't playing with us today. It's 30 degrees, and it was starting to become one of those afternoons where you look around and go, I could be anywhere. Why am I here?
Well done, Zach.
What I loved in the second quarter, though, some of the players who were quite new to the team got really busy, and Druzy was one of those. He's starting to make that wing his own. He was getting a lot of touches at the pill. Hasn't played footy for a long time, but really built into the contest, and we needed someone like Drews and a couple of others to really step up. There was plenty of great performances throughout the day. Bailey McCabe, as we'll touch on throughout today, was awesome. Cookson was great. Druzy was great. Really stood up for us in a pretty difficult day at the office.
Oh, mate. I started off pretty good. I don't think I touched the ball in the second quarter, but I was just playing a selfless game in a 90-point deficit. Just sitting behind the footy, not doing anything, but it's maybe a bit of token pressure making them think like there's not as much. But we scrapped it up. Second half of that second quarter was a bit better.
We brought a wooden straw to a nuclear warfare. That's what's happened. Yeah. What I love is that midfield, when I'm not in it, for us, is fucking fighting it out. And it's great to see. The back line's toughing it out. I think at the moment, the forward line, which is where I am, just not up to scratch against a side like this. So we're having a dip, we're having a go. I can't fault the endeavour. That was just one of those days.
It's a good effort out there. Handball receives don't work in local football sometimes. I've been trying to engage, play that Freo ball, and it just invites the pressure. Oh well.
I'm let down the thirds. How you going?
Mate, my back is like cooked. Middle back. Yeah, I felt it when we come on. As soon as I stopped.
Recurring injury from last season.
Well, I'm on my feet, on my bar, but standing up all day, so my posture's not great. So the middle has to take over. And yeah, must be, oh, that is fucked right there. Oh, I'd love just a big, like, see that crane over there? If that could just drop in the middle of my back and just get this knot out, that'd be unreal. I've let the team down as well. I was high poised. I was high energy. Back's cooked. Supposed to provide a run. I've tried. Had 4 turnovers.
Pull it, there's 40, so just push me out of the way. Mark it out.
You're next then, go, honestly. No, seriously, if I am in the ruck, surely Dos has.
It's nice knowing you, son.
I'm not, if I don't get beaten, it's because I've given away a free kick. So just got to hope the ump doesn't call it, I guess.
Well, we knew they were going to be a tough team. Alright, it's Trinity. I wouldn't expect anything less, to be totally honest. Alright, I think the main thing we can take away is definitely the first quarter. There was so much intent behind the ball. Everyone was pushing, everyone was making really solid efforts. I can see you boys are all gassed. Like, I feel really bad for you that it's quite on outside, but it's good to see that you guys are sticking it to the man and really just running out the rest of this game. We're just going to go open door policy for the next half. Like, we are down. I want you guys to just be open. You tell me where you want to play and I'll try and get you in that position as best as possible. Alright, if you do arc up and say you want to play like down back or whatever, make sure you utilise that opportunity. This is for you to showcase what you've got and make sure that you can obviously be as effective as we possibly can on the football field.
If we lose by 250 points taking risks, I tell you what, we're going to learn a lot from that. Okay? So let's take risks and back yourselves, okay? You've all got the skill set. Back yourselves, okay? Let's go here, boys.
Car feels way better. I'm a new man. No excuses now. Alright, lads!
Ready to go?
Oh, fuck. What is that? Go, boys.
Going out in the third quarter, given the scoreboard, we knew we had to do something different. So we put Cookson in the ruck. Now, he doesn't have the vertical leap anymore, but he's got the bodying, and he just put his body to work. And I think Premier Data said Cookson had 11 hitouts. Now that is phenomenal work by my man Cookson.
The Baz McCabe ruck experiment last week didn't work, but I'll tell you what, this week the Austin Cookson ruck experiment bloody worked. The intent is there. He gave me some good use at multiple stages, so maybe we found a new little Sean Grigg type role for Cookson.
Off the back of the energy of Cookson, McCabe through the midfield. I got a nice little goal out the back. It was a really tough afternoon for the forward. You know, we're having some connection issues, which has been a little bit frustrating. You're not getting much supply when you're down by 150 points halfway through the third quarter. So it was good to get on the scoreboard.
Oh, back shoulder skip at McDonald. Yeah, you look to your leaders for inspiration. You look to your leaders for hope. And I was looking at my friend Caden McDonald, depleted. He kicked a snag. I don't think the percentage really matters, but 6 points is 6 points. Keep in mind I'm sick. I see a little moment where I can go get a handball receive. I bloody go for it, and I use this negative 20 kilos off my body to really run through the middle of the ground. I give Doss this first use handball.
And Bailey McCabe, we've spoken glowingly about his performance. He was breaking lines. He gave me a 1-2, but I was flat-footed.
I give Doss this handball, gives it back, and he gets whacked. He gets seriously whacked. I think he pinged his calf in that moment. He gives it back to me, though. I give it off, and then I get whacked.
It really rattled the ribs for a little bit there. It's one where you probably should bounce back up, try and show that you're not hurt, but I was hurt. I was really hurt. My calf was hurting and my ribs were hurting.
And it went back the other way and they kicked a goal. So effort to reward isn't a thing in the Div 12 Ressies.
So we're 3 quarters down and we come into the break and we do our 3-quarter time address under the trees. It didn't really help a whole lot, but it was a nice idea at the time. And Cookson, who had just put in a shift and a half as second ruck, was down for the count.
How good's footy?
It'll be good when we play it. You got the camera.
Alrighty, boys.
I've barely fucking run, but I've actually ran a fair bit for me.
Hey, the ruck experiment kind of works.
I got like 3 hit-outs.
Yeah.
And then their ruckman started sooking.
So just try and use those
Here we are in trouble now.
It's right. I'm going to defence, mate. I took one intercept mark and I think I'm James Sicily, so we'll be right. Swing man.
I hope the rib tickler looked as bad as what it felt, but I just get the feeling on camera it's going to look really soft and it's going to look like I've put it on, but my ribs just got absolutely manhandled then.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
If you're gassed, stay on. That's you, mate.
No, I actually think I need to vomit. Too much Red Bull in my guts.
I really admire the guys in the team that crack in, put in for that rest of the game. Yeah, 160 points down, there's 15 minutes to go, it's 30 degrees, half your mates aren't even out here, we're in the middle of Baleen. There's a part of you that just says, all right, let's just move on to the next game. So, yeah, we were pretty flat in that last quarter and it showed, and they just ran over the top of us and it got uglier and uglier as the game went on. I just really wanted one extra snag, and we had a completely open forward line. Bailey McCabe got it out again. I should have done a tick lead and ran at Baz, but I was just trying to run wide to the pocket. Baz pops it up, and it went straight into the sun. And as I'm running for the footy, I completely lose it.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest kick, so it's not all McDonald's fault, but the way you pulled out of this contest seriously almost needs to be studied.
But while I was leading for it, I just thought, I got to get out of the way of it because I can't actually see a thing and it's going to smack me in the teeth.
If the ball's going to hit you on your head, it's going to hit you in the head. It's not going to kill you. So I'm just going to, at training this week, I'm going to give Doss some high balls and you can just practice some above head marking.
He's lost her in the sun.
And I was trying still. I seriously was trying. There was a moment where I gave a handball over to Cam. He's hot. I'm streaming in. Cam, give me the ball.
And he had Baz to the right, or he had me over the top, and he could have drawn my man and done a Joe the Goose, or he could have drawn my man and given to Baz. But he had a shot from 50, which I actually like, to be honest. I know my body language looks pretty poor on camera. It looks like I sort of give up. But I actually don't mind that he had a shot. Bounced on the goal line and bounced back in.
Praying for some support in there, guys, and I'm just not getting anything.
Yes, it did blow out to 180 points. I've had a lot of people ask me about the result. As a leader, how do you let that happen to your footy club?
180-point loss. We must get better. We need to go recruiting. We need to get our guys back. And you look at this team and you think, geez, getting Will Taylor and Strayback's going to help.
The back line in the midfield can hold their heads up high. They just cracked in all day. Without them, it would have been 300 points. And we knew what it was coming in here today, so I wouldn't think about this result.
They were prem and they were talking shit. So
we'll get them later in the year.
We'll get him.
Got them in a false sense of security.
Bring him back to the zoo.
Hey, yeah. It's a different proposition at the zoo. Oh, my calf. All right, boys, can we just look for my calf in the next 10? Just let me know if you find it. Give it back to C. McDonald.
mate, so much fun. Like, win, lose, I don't even care. Because I'm not competitive, I just want to play footy. That was shit. That fucking sucked.
Big loss. I think you improved this week though.
Thanks, mate. Found enough of the ball, drifted back in the last quarter, and there was plenty of the ball in the back line. But yeah, less scared of the tackle, less scared to take the game on. They were a premier team last year, so take the positives. Had a good run around. Andre was dominating. But yeah, plenty to build on. Get all the boys back in, and we'll be right.
No, we did fine. What are we doing? That was such a hard day. I feel like an ass. I feel like an ass. But it's great to do. It's great to do.
Our backline hangs on every game for us. Our midfield cracked in. The boys were tackling as best as they could, and that heat just took a toll in the second half. My calf's gone for a wander. And yeah, so pretty disappointing, but we know when we get the full list back and we're in the right div, we can do anything this year, so we just got to keep that belief.
So there you have it, Season 2, Episode 2 of the Div 12 Ressies. Just get the band back together. There was a lot of blokes missing that hadn't played across the weekend, so we got to go to some familiar faces. There won't be a Wattle Park vlog this week, unfortunately, because we have a bye. So in 2 weeks, Episode 3 will come out. If you need something to fill the time between now and then, you can go back and watch some of last season's episodes. There's a link to a playlist in the description down below. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Thanks to everyone who watched, and we'll see you for some more content very soon. Cheers, guys.